CTV Edmonton, local breaking news with Connor Hogg.
Good evening. An Amber Alert first issued early Thursday morning has been cancelled in our province. For the latest updates on this developing story, visit our website, ctvnewsedmonton.ca. A woman says her 84-year-old mother is searching for her marriage certificate from the 60s, just so she can take a driving test. It's only one of the documents Albertans may need to find now that the province has introduced new licenses. CTV's Jeremy Thompson reports.
Tina Engram's mother, Shirley, was excited to take her driving test next week. The 84-year-old's license expired while she was recovering from a stroke.
When it came up to her birthday, she had to have a clearance and a medical, and so she did all of that.
When she booked the test at a registry, she was told she'd need to present documents like a birth certificate or passport.
She can take the test, and they will give her a temporary driver's license, but they will not issue her a driver's license until she can prove her citizenship. She basically tore her house apart looking for these documents.
Shirley found her birth certificate, but it shows her maiden name, so she also needs to find her marriage certificate from 1961. Engram believes the new requirements for Alberta driver's licenses are discriminatory towards women and inconvenient for everyone.
It's the time now required to get those documents if you don't have them.
The minister in charge of Service Alberta and red tape reduction was unavailable for an interview. In a statement to CTV News, Dale Nally says a one-time 60-day grace period is available for an undisclosed fee to people who need time to get their documents in order. Adding, ahead of the rollout, we communicated directly with Albertans whose driver's licenses or ID cards were approaching expiry to ensure they knew what documentation to bring to the registry.
This has proven to be an extremely problematic policy. It's a solution in search of a problem. We don't know what problem the government is trying to solve here.
Now that Alberta driver's licenses display a citizenship marker and health number, there's a range of documents to bring to the registry. Something to show you're living in Alberta legally or to prove you're Canadian, plus an official version of your Alberta health card. As much as Engram is frustrated by her mother's experience, she also feels for the registry agents.
The province made this decision, and people were angry when they got to the counter and were being told they had to produce this information and they didn't know.
Jeremy Thompson, CTV News, Edmonton.
The province's requirements for its energy rebate are also posing problems for some seniors. Critics are raising privacy concerns while the province defends its need to obtain identifying information in order to make sure applicants qualify for a $100 payment. CTV's Mark Villani has more.
Alberta is handing out $100 to anyone over the age of 18, but first you need to prove you live in a household that makes less than $225,000 annually. The CRA already has that information through tax returns, but the province is still asking for you to verify your account through Interac.
The thing that I really don't understand myself is why they didn't have CRA administer the program.
The added step is raising privacy questions, with some reluctant to give their banking information, many citing trust issues following a data breach impacting 3 million Albertans who had their private voter information allegedly leaked by a separatist group.
I'm actually quite interested after looking into this whether there was a privacy impact assessment and whether it talked about these things and what justification was given.
In a statement, the province says the government of Alberta does not have legal authority to access or use personal banking information an Albertan has provided to the CRA. Both Interac and document verification services are used to verify identity. While tax data is used to verify eligibility, it does not confirm that person completing the application is that individual. But some people are struggling to apply altogether.
I can't see small print.
Take 64-year-old Mary Beth Aksenchuk. The senior citizen has difficulty with her vision and isn't tech savvy. She's unable to apply for the rebate on her outdated phone, and her letters to the province were answered with little support.
It didn't even address my concerns. Nobody is listening. It's an automated reply.
It's why several nonprofit groups are now using this as an opportunity to provide free financial coaching.
So we encourage people to connect with a financial coach so they can access that benefit navigation support.
Meanwhile, others are citing concerns over the need to have an Alberta driver's license to apply. One man is upset his wife had to pay an extra $54 to get one, even though she has lived and worked in the province for years as a permanent resident.
It's pretty confusing as to what's going on. So definitely, maybe they should the government could work on actually aligning their systems or testing them a little bit better.
And for some, they say their concerns are falling on deaf ears.
That kind of frustrating when you know you're being ignored.
Edmonton police are trying to identify a man who sexually assaulted a teenage girl last month. Police say in late June, 2 teen girls were walking in the River Valley near Grandview Drive and 62nd Avenue. A man they did not know walked past them before doubling back and sexually assaulting one of the girls. She was able to get away and run to a nearby neighborhood. Police say the man was described as Asian or Indigenous, around 40 years old, between 5'6" and 5'8", with a thin build and messy brown hair. They say he had a noticeable slouch and a slow walk. 5 additional victims have accused a local massage therapist of sexual assault. In mid-June, Edmonton police charged Julio Uribe Beltran with 1 count of sexual assault. A client of his at Bamboo Wellness in southeast Edmonton reported he touched her in a sexual manner without consent during an appointment. Leduc RCMP have now charged Beltran with 6 more counts of sexual assault. Those charges stem from alleged incidents at True Touch Massage Therapy and Fitness in Leduc between July of 2025 and April of 2026. A substantial reward is being offered for information that leads to the arrest of the person who killed a wild horse. This wild stallion named Greyhawk was found dead by campers on the side of a road west of Caroline, Alberta. The Help Alberta Wildies Society says someone shot the horse in the head. It says Greyhawk roamed the area and was well loved by campers and photographers. It's believed the stallion was killed last Tuesday, June 30th, between 5:30 and 6:30 p.m. The society has raised $35,000 in donations to put towards a reward to find Greyhawk's killer.
They're not just wild horses to a lot of these people. A lot of these people, follow these horses through their stages from, foaling out to what they have to sustain in their lives, of how it is to survive out in the wild, because they have many predators that are after them. And now they have to not only look after the predators over their shoulder, but now they're looking after somebody with a gun.
RCMP are investigating. They say so far there's little information to go on. The society hopes the reward will help generate tips. The Capital Line LRT will be closed between the Churchill and Clairview stations this weekend. Replacement buses will run on both days between both stations. Capital Line trains will be running on a single track between the stations all day Monday. Full service of the Capital Line between Churchill and Clairview will resume Tuesday morning. There will also be a disruption on Sunday to the Valley Line southeast north of the Strathern stop. A shuttle will operate between Strathern and 102nd Street. While there are signs of stability in Canada's job market, Alberta's unemployment rate is up. One economist says the numbers are unusual and that there's light at the end of the tunnel. CTV's Moses Woldu has more.
There was a time when applying for a job was a full-time job for Valerie Martinez, as she was looking for work after finishing high school.
Probably like 10 to 15 different jobs. I went on Indeed and then also on the pages, and then I applied from there, but I never got an answer.
Martinez is now a server and an assistant at this restaurant. She managed to get the job with the help of her brother.
It's so hard. Honestly, I feel like if you don't know someone, it's very hard to find a job.
Youth unemployment in Alberta reached 15.8% in June, and Alberta's overall unemployment numbers came in at 7%. Stats Can says that's worse than the national average. Canada's unemployment rate dropped to 6.5%. But there's light at the end of the tunnel, according to one economist.
So what we're seeing in the numbers is more jobs, but also more job seekers.
Mark Parsons of ATB Financial calls the numbers unusual, adding Alberta remains a destination for many job seekers.
Overall, it's a good sign that people feel like their future is in Alberta and they're coming here. The challenge is just, creating the jobs at the rate people are arriving.
Parsons says the service industry and other sectors beyond oil and gas contributed to the provincial job numbers last month, like Martinez, who says she's one of the fortunate ones compared to those still looking for work.
Talk to my friends and they're always complaining because they don't have a job and they apply, and they don't get anything.
Moses Woldu, CTV News, Calgary.
Rock fans are set for a weekend of music and nostalgia as Rock and Thunder returns to Edmonton.
There's no simple ways like before.
Tragically hip guitarist Paul Langlois will be performing on Sunday. Langlois says fans can expect a range of songs from the Tragically Hip and his current solo career.
This is a group of friends of mine, and they're all really good. They're all really enthusiastic. And I've done my last 2 solo records with these same 4 guys. And these guys are so excited about Edmonton, you know, to fly to a gig. We're flying in tomorrow night, and you know, it's just exciting.
Other performances include 3 Days Grace and Creed. The festival runs Saturday and Sunday at the Exhibition Lands Racetrack and the Edmonton Expo Centre. There's a new splash of color along Whyte Avenue this weekend. Artists from across the province are showcasing their work, with several competing for a spot in the Alberta Art Gallery. CTV's Noah Rashog has more on the colorful competition.
Walking up and down Whyte Avenue, you may as well be at a gallery. Pop art, collages, memes, and even music. Art is interpretive, and it's out here in its many forms.
But sometimes I will pour out something and it will look so ridiculous or bizarre. One day I painted a giant orange lobster because that's what came out of the cup, right?
Most of these artists are from Alberta. Their art touches on the common experiences and culture of Edmonton.
I live near Whyte Ave, so I always just kind of painted what I knew, and I always loved going to the places on Whyte Ave. So a lot of the restaurants and bars, or even just like random iconic landmarks like the Princess Theatre and such, are always fun to have. So I always painted those, I liked them, and then people respond to them well. They buy them too for the same reasons.
Every artist here has a story about how their journey of artistic expression began.
I kind of used it more as like a stress reliever when I first started doing it, and then people started showing a little bit of a want for it, so I thought I could make a little bit of money, and it's been doing really good.
Hey, how's it going?
This weekend, artists will go toe-to-toe in a competition. Attendees are encouraged to vote for their favorite.
The winners of the People's Choice will be exhibited in the Community Gallery in the Art Gallery of Alberta. And for many of our artists, these are emerging artists. This is very much a milestone, and it will be great to be able to showcase even more Edmonton artists.
McNamara says that although she hopes she's the winner, the experience of being here and sharing her art is a reward enough. Noah Rashog, CTV News, Edmonton.
Corlac Park's lake has officially opened for the summer.
All right, enjoy, guys.
You can hit the lake daily from 10 to 10 for paddle boating, kayaking, or paddle boarding. Rentals are being done through the Vancouver water sport company Wild Rush. The company has big plans this summer involving its see-through kayaks.
From 9 p.m. to 10 p.m., it's going to be a glowing night kayak. So we're going to put LED lights on the kayaks, and then it's going to be amazing in this lake.
Other plans for later this summer include having connecting paddle boards to host events like yoga on the water. Rentals start at $19 per hour, and they are open to all ages. Venues and outdoor spaces across Edmonton are getting a creative makeover as part of the annual Found Fest. Presented by Common Ground Arts, the Found Festival has everything from a 12-hour dance performance to poetry, workshops, and family activities. The event brings a range of performances to iconic locations around the city. The Found Festival began 15 years ago, organized by a group of local artists.
A group of Edmonton-based artists got together, and they were feeling quite frustrated by the lack of accessible, inexpensive performance space, and so they decided to create their own by performing in unexpected places. And we really love to carry on that tradition of bringing art to locations that you might not originally think that there should be art in. We're really, really proud to be on the forefront of pushing the boundaries of where art can be taking place.
Performance venues include the John Walter Museum, Lighthorse Park, and the Robertson Wesley United Church. The festival is free and runs through Monday. Coming up next, the Edmonton Elks take the lead in the CFL's Western Division, while a local sports reporter almost becomes part of the story himself. And coming up a little later, the stars of some famous movies are in town this weekend. Some of the supercars of the Fast and Furious franchise taking to the mean streets of Leduc for a good cause.
You feel like a little bit of a movie star.
Good evening, folks. Fairly active day today. We had thunderstorms bookending the day early in the morning and then late in the day, even as of yet, unconfirmed reports of a tornado west of the city. Some more scattered showers and thunderstorms in the forecast for Saturday and then turning sunnier and hotter early next week. Your forecast in a couple minutes.
Programming brought to you by James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
The Edmonton Elks are now first in the Western Division after a decisive win against Ottawa.
And inside, it's Justin Rankin bouncing off the initial contact and about to walk it in for the opening drive score.
Edmonton faced Ottawa last night at Commonwealth Stadium. Justin Rankin scored 3 touchdowns as the Elks rolled over the Red Blacks by a score of minus 40 to 17. The Elks improved the 4-1 on the season. And a sports analyst who often helps us break down plays almost ended up in the middle of one last night.
Tom Gazzola was nearly killed on the play.
During the second quarter of the game, Red Blacks receiver Justin Hardy comes down with an impressive catch and gets pushed out of bounds. And TSN sideline reporter Tom Gazzola nearly got taken out. Gazzola heard plenty of comments about it from his colleagues on the broadcast, his friends over text, and his parents who were watching the game at Commonwealth.
It's great when your parents are a few rows up watching and yelling at you like you're a 5-year-old because you did the wrong thing. So remember, kids, listen to your parents.
Gazzola says he saw his life flash before his eyes. He says he'll knock on wood that never happens again. The busy summer season is getting into full swing in Alberta mountain parks, no doubt aided by no-cost access thanks to the Canada Strong Pass. While the pass is easing pressure on some people's wallets, not everyone is on board with the freebie. CTV's Tyler Barrow explains.
World-class destination Lake Louise draws visitors from around the globe.
We live outside of Houston, Texas.
Dallas, Texas. The States, North Carolina.
Belfast in Ireland.
Sydney, Australia.
Speaking with 20 different groups at Lake Louise, 4 were from Canada, 6 United States, and 10 elsewhere in the world. They picked the right time to come. As of June 19th, entry to national parks is free with the Canada Strong Pass.
We didn't know that up front, that existed.
I didn't look at that, see if it was free or not.
It was quite surprising that you could run through all the national parks for free over the summer break.
Free access for everyone was a Mark Carney 2025 campaign promise, now renewed for a second year. It was meant to encourage Canadians to travel within the country amid a trade war with the United States. But it's also free for anyone, while the Trump administration is charging foreigners for access to its national parks.
We're expecting to see the same, and part of that is because of the Canada Strong Pass incentivizing day visitors into the town.
Banff's mayor says the pass causes additional pressures, pointing to nearly 7 million vehicles passing through last summer, a record. Independent Senator and former Banff Mayor Karen Sorensen says the Canada Strong Pass drives more visitation to already popular destinations and worries this has exacerbated issues with overcrowding and traffic congestion for tourists and residents alike. One longtime resident shares those concerns.
The town definitely doesn't need any more volume, especially traffic-wise.
Here at the town's farmers market, this vendor is on board.
A lot of people are coming into Banff, and this small town kind of runs off tourism, so to have the more people, the better.
A sentiment shared with at least one restaurant owner.
I appreciate the fact that people can come and visit and make travel more affordable for them as well.
The pass runs until September 7th. Tyler Barrow, CTV News, Banff.
Following a spike in lumber prices during the pandemic, costs have dropped significantly. That drop has so far not been passed on to builders or homeowners. Measured in per thousand board feet, the Canadian national average for softwood lumber now sits at $700. That's down from $2,000 in 2021. While some businesses have reported price drops on pressure-treated wood, cedar and specialty items have seen steady cost increases year over year. The Alberta Forest Products Association says operating costs are still high.
There's a lot of other compounding costs that we have to look at, like inflationary pressures, upticks in fuel and energy prices. Fuel is something I think all of us can really see the impact of, especially given the ongoing war right now. Transportation challenges are a really big one. There's a lot of costs that are accumulated just getting the product from the mill where it's produced to then the customer afterwards.
Even as some costs continue to rise, several contractors say prices in 2026 have leveled out after continual increases. They say the season has been quite busy. Coming up after the break, some cool cars from some famous films come to Leduc for a new festival organizers are hoping they can turn into an annual event.
We just wanted to be something that people not only enjoy, but they were excited to do the next year and the next year.
Coming up next week on Your Morning, why do so many people connect to horoscopes? Plus, how can artificial intelligence be smart and dumb at the same time? See you Monday.
Your Morning Edmonton, weekdays.
Programming brought to you by the Alberta Securities Commission. Visit checkfirst.ca.
Welcome back. Temperatures right around average today, 15 degrees in the morning, mid-20s this afternoon. We get to 25 for a daytime high tomorrow. Again, we run the risk of seeing some showers and thunderstorms, especially early in the morning around the Edmonton area. It's going to be pretty hit and miss. Doesn't look like anything all that widespread, but we may start the day similar to the way we started Friday. Better chance for showers and thunderstorms further to the north. And that'll kind of be the case through most of the day Saturday. This is noon Saturday. Showers and thunderstorms to the north and northeast. Some thunderstorms back to the west as well. I think the greatest chance for severe storms is going to be north of Edmonton, especially as we head through the afternoon. You can see here off to the northwest of Whitecourt, up around the Lac-La-Biche area, you could see some really powerful storms. In Edmonton, after a cloudy start, we'll see some sunny breaks in the afternoon. And then as we head into the evening, sort of 9, 10 o'clock, you can see a couple cells popping up. This is going to be really scattered in nature if we get anything at all. Sunday, the bulk, if not all, of the shower and thunderstorm activity will be across northern Alberta. Here in Edmonton, should actually start to see some sunshine on Sunday, and temperatures a little bit warmer than tomorrow. We'll be about 22 for a high tomorrow, back into the mid-20s early next week. 11 degrees in Fort McMurray tomorrow morning, 10 and 12 for Grand Prairie and Red Deer. We'll drop to about 15 here in the city. Temperatures around 20 across the northwest. Lots of shower and thunderstorm activity across northern Alberta. 16 for Slave Lake, but more like the mid-20s. Cold Lake south towards Lloydminster. Red Deer into the mid-20s tomorrow. In Jasper, 21 with the chance of some showers and thunderstorms. So you get a chance of showers, maybe a couple lightning strikes in the morning, cloudy with a few sunny breaks for the bulk of the day, and then in the evening, a chance of a very hit and miss shower or thunderstorm. 22 for a high tomorrow, back to 24 and partly cloudy on Sunday. Sunshine Monday, Tuesday, and daytime highs in the mid to high 20s, and it looks like we'll see more of that through the rest of next week. That is your forecast.
Some cars you may recognize from the movies will be in Leduc this weekend. Dozens of supercars are on display at a new show supporting the Kids with Cancer Society. CTV's Matt Woodman has a preview.
Over 25 years, the Fast and the Furious film franchise has taken fans to the mean streets of LA, the bright lights of Tokyo, even the icy waters of the Arctic.
Forgot some snow tires?
What about the rural roads of Leduc?
Iconic. You feel like a little bit of a movie star.
While there's no Hollywood film crew here, there will be 3 cars from the movies at a new car show at New Age Motors this Saturday.
The stories are somewhat cheesy, but the cars are awesome.
You can see Vin Diesel's Charger, as well as Paul Walker's Eclipse and his Skyline.
It was one of the first car movies that focused primarily on the street racing scene, and everybody just fell in love with it.
If rides from the Fast and the Furious don't get your motor running, there are plenty of other cars to check out. From expensive exotics to classic American muscle, the shop's owner says there's a little something for every gearhead.
Right now we are about 83 cars in. Basically our motto is, like, if you are proud of your vehicle, we want to see it.
They also want to hear it. Drivers can bring out their own rides and rip up the burnout pad, or measure their horsepower, with trophies and thousands of dollars in prizes up for grabs. They're not only raising RPMs, they're also raising money for charity.
100% of everything we're raising goes to the Kids with Cancer Society.
While the show is free to see, you're encouraged to make a donation. New Age Motors also hopes this inaugural car show, dubbed NAMFest, becomes an annual one.
We just wanted to be something that people not only enjoy, but they were excited to do the next year and the next year.
NAMFest runs Saturday from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Matt Woodman, CTV News, Leduc.
Thanks for watching us tonight. For the latest news anytime, visit our website, ctvnewsedmonton.ca. Thank you for spending your time here. Have a good night.